In a world that is just buzzing with notifications and deadlines and all these expectations, finding a moment of real, genuine calm can feel, well, kind of like a radical act, right? So today, we're going to dive into some timeless wisdom that offers a pretty powerful roadmap to that inner peace, right here and right now.
Let's just kick things off with a question. And I want you to really think about it for a second. Whose approval are you chasing today? Is it a person, an institution? Maybe it's even just an algorithm. So much of our daily anxiety, when you boil it down, comes from this constant, almost frantic search for someone else to say, you're doing okay. For a lot of us, it probably looks something like this, that relentless climb up the corporate ladder. You get this feeling that your entire worth is directly tied to whatever that next job title is, or the next raise, or that coveted corner office. Or, hey, maybe it's the digital version of that little red heart, the view count, the follower number. It's this subtle, but wow, is it powerful, need to be seen, to be validated by the crowd, to feel like you're trending in the right direction. And we do this all the time, don't we? We wrap our entire identity around a job title or a social status. We become the senior manager, or the lead developer, or the influencer. And we kind of forget who we are underneath all of those labels. And it all really just boils down to this, doesn't it? Needing that yes from a boss, from a client, a partner. Our source material uses this really striking phrase to talk about this. It asks why we should feel like we're subservient to, and I'm quoting here, a poor, helpless man. It's such a powerful way of saying that these figures we look up to for approval, they're just as human and fragile as we are. We're giving away our power, totally forgetting that they're just trying to figure it all out too. In this question from our source, this is the ultimate pivot. It's the game changer. Instead of constantly looking outward for all the answers and for all that approval, it encourages us to turn inward. It seems so simple, but that little reframe changes everything. So, that brings us to our first major mindset shift, really understanding the illusion of worldly power. Think about it. So much of our stress comes from being intimidated by people or companies or social structures that just seem all-powerful. But are they? Really? Now, what's so freeing about this slide is the truth it lays out. The source reminds us that every single person we seek approval from, no matter how influential they seem, the greatest of the great, is temporary. In the grand scheme of things, they shall be mixed with the dust. And when you really let that sink in, their power over you just starts to fade away. Okay, so if chasing external validation is such a fleeting investment, where are we supposed to put our energy? This brings us to our next point. The source points us toward a totally different kind of currency, a lasting wealth that can never be lost or devalued. This is what it calls inner wealth. Think of it like a deep well of peace and contentment that's already inside you. And unlike a bank account, it can never, ever be exhausted. In fact, it's the opposite. The more you draw from it, the more it seems to replenish itself. It's the ultimate sustainable resource. And this slide really breaks down the return on that investment, the payoff for cultivating that inner wealth. See, it's not about getting more things, it's about achieving a state of being. It brings you a profound sense of peace. It satisfies that deep, nagging hunger for more that I think we all feel. It can lead to moments of pure joy or ecstasy, and ultimately it connects you to something so much larger than yourself. Cultivating this inner wealth has this amazing side effect. It's a direct antidote to fear. The source talks about dispelling the fear of death, but we can think of that in really modern terms, right? It's the fear of failure, the fear of being irrelevant, the fear of our career dying, or just the fear of not being enough. This whole mindset helps free us from that constant low-grade anxiety that just hums in the background of our lives. So how do we actually do this? The source lays out this beautifully simple 3-step practice. First, you connect. This just means focusing your mind on a central, peaceful idea. You can think of it like a personal mantra or a core value that you hold. Second, you listen. Actively absorb wisdom from sources that ground you, whether that's a text like this, a book, or even just a quiet moment in nature. And third, you embody. Don't just understand the stuff intellectually. You have to integrate it into your daily actions and choices. It's this powerful cycle of focus, learning, and then actually living it. And finally, let's talk about the tone of this guidance. This isn't about harsh discipline or judgment. The source offers one last really powerful reframe to see this guiding wisdom not as some stern authority figure, but as a source of unconditional love and support. I mean, just look at this beautiful metaphor. This wisdom is here to protect and preserve you with the kindness of a parent for their child. It's a gentle, compassionate force. So this isn't about following rigid rules because you're scared. It's about accepting loving guidance that genuinely wants the absolute best for you.
And that really leaves us with a final thought to take away from all this. The people and the systems we chase for approval, they rarely offer us this kind of unconditional support. But what if we could offer it to ourselves? What if just for today you decided to quiet that inner critic and instead guide yourself with that same gentle, protective kindness? What do you think might change?